This is an incredibly common error that I see all the time, and it's relatively simple to fix. If you launch your Exchange System Manager, drill down to Servers, Protocols, HTTP, and right click the Exchange Virtual Server. Go to its Properties, and on the Settings tab make sure Forms-Based Authentication is not selected. Apply, OK. For that to take effect, I'm going to need to restart IIS, so I'm going to drop to command line and do an IIS reset. Okay, I've finished in the Exchange System Manager. Now I'm going to need to go to Administrative Tools and open the IIS Manager. Let's drag that along a little so we can see what we're doing. Expand the server name, websites, default website, and we're looking for the Exchange virtual directory. Now if you right click and from all tasks select Save Configuration to a File, and I'm going to call this one Exchange VDIR. Here's a top tip: copy the path to your clipboard because we're going to need that in a minute. Select OK, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create another virtual directory from that configuration file. So if you go up to default website, right click, new, virtual directory from file, paste in the path. Now when I hit browse, I'm in the right directory and I can select the virtual directory XML configuration file we've saved. Select read file, and there will only be one in there because it was Exchange that we copied. So if you select Exchange and click OK, what should happen now is it should complain because Exchange already exists. There we go. So I'm going to need to give it a different name, and the name I'm going to give it is Exchange-OMA. And again, I'm going to copy that to the clipboard because I want to need that in a minute as well. Click OK, and there's my new folder there. I'm going to need to make some changes to the properties of that virtual directory. So right click it, select Properties, and we want to go to the Directory Security tab, and we're going to be changing each one of these in turn. So I'm going to start with Authentication and Access Control, hit Edit, and the only two options that you should have selected are Integrated Windows Authentication and Basic Authentication. Just check yours is set the same and click OK. The next thing I'm going to want to edit is the IP address and domain name restrictions section. Edit. Now by default everybody is granted access. We're going to change it to denied access with the exception of, so add one in. We're going to add in a single computer and type in the IP address of the Exchange server itself. So only the Exchange server itself has got access to this directory. Okay. Okay. And finally, we're going to alter the Secure Communications section at the bottom. Click Edit, and right at the top we need to remove the tick box that says Require Secure Channel SSL. So this is not going to be locked down. Okay. Okay. Now we're finished in the IIS Manager. We're going to need to make a change to the registry on the Exchange server. So start run regedit, and you will need to navigate to HKey local machine, system, current control set, services, mass sync, and below there there's a subkey called parameters. I'll just move that across so you can see parameters. And we're going to create a new string value inside that key. Now this is case sensitive. It's called exchange capital V capital D IR. So let's modify the value of that, and I'm going to set its value to / and then I'm going to paste in the name of the virtual directory I created earlier and click OK. Now when I need to restart the IIS services again, I could just drop the command line do IIS reset, but I'm going to go into services, restart, yes, bounce the IIS admin service, and it will tick all the other services up and down automatically. Now let's test it's worked. Back on my mobile device, which is set up and configured. If I click sync, hopefully now it should start pulling stuff in. There we go. Just to prove this isn't all smoke and mirrors, if I open email, Outlook email, and there we go. There's my mail coming in. That's you all set up and working and fixed. Thanks very much. Don't forget to visit us at www.beatnetlive.com.